You can say anything when you do, they must comment it. So anything when you do, when you try to do, plenty, so how you're the one I want, oh. Before my liver start to fail, you're the one I need, oh. Before cassava start to fail, if I ever leave, oh. Make what I carry me, they go away. So I am looking for the season. She got me done. She dey wear designer. So I am looking for the season. Mama, my love. She got me done. She dey wear designer. So give me my baby assurance. My baby lifetime assurance. I go back to the vibe. I look for the young to the vibe. Say I mean you could live forever. Oh my God, you don't feel that time. Oh my God, you don't tell me why. Oh my God, you don't tell me why. Oh, we all know. Anytime we see you at the club, I can never shut your mouth. So you don't know sex, so you can't leave it to kill somebody. You know I'm you feel the vibe, so baby, why the vibe? Yeah. And I know you shy, but it's still when we're making love. On the road, 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 on the I go to war for your occasion. I go to God for your occasion. I come be big for your occasion. And I will lie for your occasion. I want you out for your occasion. Anything you want, baby. Anything you want, baby. For your guess, you. For your guess, you. I go snack my baby for your kiss. I go call them see you, I go report all of them. I go shoot for your kiss. I go snack my baby for your kiss. I go call them see you, I go report all of them. Kill a come on, take you to the fine, no pick it up. Why you love for the get why you love for the up? Somebody push it in. If you want to get out Benzema. Why they for Benzema? Why you wanna know that Benzema? This kind dance, you don't dance, I'm doing this thing, you do it. Oh, why you wanna do me something? Shut up and I'll say you. Why you do me something? Why you do me something? Shut up and I'll say you. Why you do me something? If I tell you, say I love you. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. For the account, you, yeah. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh baby. No do, gotta for you, oh. Money fall on you, banana fall on you, Prada fall on you, cause I'm in love with you, babe. Money fall on you, banana fall on you, paparazzi follow you, cause I'm in love with you, babe. Are you done talking? Tell me baby, are you done talking, yeah? Are you done talking? Tell me baby, are you done talking, yeah? Are you done talking? Tell me baby, are you done talking, yeah? Are you done talking? Tell me baby, are you done talking? Shawty want $1 million. Say make a wire. Tell me to wanna come out my now. He said all our friends are living la vida loca. Only me my lover. Yeah, you for there for me. You for there. I gon' die for you. But you say you don't get money. Hide my face, make another man picking on my face. I love you, no need say, make I put one out for fire, man. I go put one for fire. You know me, say, make I put one out for fire, man. I go put one for fire. I want, I do, body giving me life, oh, hey life, hey. How you do me like Joanna?
Onyeka
beautiful moment, but we really have to move on to the next phase of the night. Before I do that, I have some more vehicles which need to be...
This moment, to give a testimonial to my brother. I call him Willie, and as I have known him all years long. Wilson is the firstborn of our parents. We are 10 in number. One was deceased, and now we are still 9 surviving children of our parents. Wilson is the firstborn, and immediately following him is myself. mother gave him the name Ezenwa at a later stage in his life. And it is not for nothing that she gave him that name. And truly, Wesin is Ezenwa. I've had a long journey of life with Wesin. He's my senior brother, but with a few years, could be one, could be two, we could make the guess. But we started the journey of life, like I said, together in the 60s. Immediately I came to recognize people as a toddler. I came to know my father, came to know my mother. The third person I came to know was Wesin. At the time, the person that I looked up to solve all my problems, to sort me out as a youngster and so on, was Wesin, and not my parents. Our parents at that time were always out and about for business, and Wesin was always there for me. I have fond memories of Wesin since our early days. Immediately we started school, those days, before the Civil War, we were at a school that was called St. John's, Otuobosi, before the Civil War. I remember an incident that happened, and to this day is still engraved in my memory. I was in primary 1, at that time Wesin was in primary 2. And there was this day that I was detained in the class for not passing my arithmetic. And the teachers, miss, as we called them those days, said that I mustn't leave the class to go for my recreation until I had done the correction and gotten the right answers. And I was terrified and afraid. I didn't know the answers. I didn't know how to solve this problem. And how could I ever come to figure out the answers? But that was not my problem. The problem was that if I didn't get the answers correct, the teacher was going to come down heavily on me with loads of cane, and that terrified me. But then I remember that Wesin was around, and that during every break, he will come down looking for me, and we go out together for break. And as I was detained, I was there, and I was thinking what was going to be my fate. And I remember that Wesin will come down. How? I didn't know. But I know that somehow I needed a savior, I needed salvation, and that I believe that Wesin could do all things. But then how could Wesin sort this thing out? It was just about 5 years, 6 years thereabout. And here was this miss, a monster of a person. How was Wesin going to confront this woman? And I was thinking somehow Wesin was going to do it. How? I didn't know. I was sitting in front of the class, I kept looking back, and my eyes keep flashing up and down. I knew that somehow Wesin would appear, and I wasn't disappointed. Before I knew it, he was by the window. And as without words being exchanged, he looked at the blackboard, saw the handwriting on the blackboard, the arithmetic, the maths, and so on. And he began to do something. The teacher was there, and if he was going to help me, how would he cross this Red Sea? How was he going to do it? I didn't know, but I believe that Wilson can do it. And before long, he began to figure out the answers. We solved the problem and passed me the answer through sign language. He passed me the first answer I wrote, passed me the second answer I wrote down, the third one I wrote, and soon after that I got up with full confidence, approached the teacher, dropped my script. She looked. She was very, very surprised. How come I come to know this the answer so soon? She ticked, and I knew that she was congratulating me in her mind. I said that now I could go out for a break. I breathed a sigh of relief. I never forgot that to this very day. But what made me always wonder was how he was able to take such a risk. What would have happened if he was caught? But not minding the risk that was involved, my interest was uppermost in his mind. And for that, I have not been able... This story I'm telling you, I have not told it to him before, but I will say that I never forgot, I appreciated, and I will say, thank you, Willie, for that day. So, that was how Wesley had been on my case ever since, and I should say, up until this very day. Wesley had been a great and wonderful brother, not to myself only, but to the rest of our siblings. Of us all in his brothers and sisters, there's not one single person that does not have his indelible impression in his or her life. I knew that he went to secondary school, and in the end, my parents said that I should join him because he is there and is going to enlighten me, guide me. We were in secondary school together. He was some few classes ahead of me, and on and on and on. We finished secondary school, and he was also, he always remembered, wasn't selfish. The interests of us all, his siblings, were always his mind. And I wouldn't waste so much of time because I know that the time is fast spent. My coming over here to this country, I also know that it has not would have been made possible but for his involvement. And then one other very, very landmark in my life was when I got married. Again, it was himself that had to put things together. He came down from this country at a time. I was in Nigeria. I was in Lagos. Himself and the household went down to Nnewi, and he told me at the time, "What are you doing in Lagos? Why don't you come down for the Christmas and let's have some time together?" I wasn't prepared at that time to go to Nnewi, but I said that he's somebody I wouldn't say no to without some very, very important reasons. So I went down, and when I got there, he told me that he had arranged 2 visitations. One to our aunt, who was celebrating her 65th birthday, and after that, we're visiting somebody where they are going to have some introduction for me to find their wife. I said, okay, I just have to play along, even though I wasn't too sure of how things were going to work out. And eventually we ended up in the house of my in-law. And like I said, Weston had made that arrangement ahead of my coming. Eventually one thing led to the other, and my marriage today is another testimonial to his involvement in my life. So I want to say congratulations to Wilson. I know that God will continue to help you, strengthen you. Your best is yet to come. You've been there for us all. You are sibling. And one outstanding thing is that he's an open-minded person. He loves everyone. A philanthropist. Here, so many people have been able to testify to that, to myself, even when I didn't expect it. Down in Nigeria, he's been involved in so many things, in trying to sort people out in small ways that he could, but whenever he's called upon, he never says no. He will respond to his ability. And that is very remarkable, and one quality that is worthy of emulation. So, thank you all once again, and to Wilson, I will say massive congratulations to you on this day, and many happy returns, and good things to you and the household in time to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Onyeka. Please, could we try as much as we can to keep the speeches as short as possible, because we actually are running out of time. The next person who we would like to come and give a very short speech is Ms. Deborah Carr, who is Dr. Onyeka's practice manager. Give her a round of applause, please.
Don't be scared of the book, it's only a few lines. As Dr. Wilson always tells me, come prepared, so I did. Dr. Wilson Onyeka, known to us at the practice as Dr. Wilson, just know that I value you, that I wish you all the best in your life. You in my eyes are kind, motivational and caring. You have mastered listening skills. You encourage me to do my best. On that note, it's commonly believed that with age comes wisdom. I hope you get wiser and give me a pay rise. I feel blessed for having an incredible boss. Sorry, I have to turn the page. It's short. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for being there. Most importantly, for being a mentor to me. You have taught me one thing: strive for progress, not always perfection. Thank you for the moments of laughter we've shared. It is an honor to share this special day with such a great leader. So can we raise our glasses? I think everyone's finished drinking. But to Dr. Wilson, many happy returns of the day, and God bless. Just one last thing. So, being the practice manager at the surgery, Dr. Wilson, wouldn't be the same without you, and you know that. Lastly, just one last thing. Today I prescribe a day of cake, chocolates, and lots of fluids for you. Practice manager's orders. Cheers.
Thank Thank you very much for that very glowing speech, Deborah. The next person we would like to give a speech is Dr. Onyeka's cousin, in-law, and her name is Mrs. Pat Chukwudima. Is Pat here?
I'm thanking God that I have an in-law like Dr. Wilson Onyeka. Sometimes when people come into your life, it's a blessing. Sometimes it's not quite a blessing. But Dr. Onyeka's coming into our family has enlightened, I don't even know the word to say, but we are happy you are our in-law. And I just want to say to you what the Igbos say, Jideki Ichi. When you are doing well in Igbo land, they will say Jideki Ichi. But when you are doing the bad thing, they will say one name, Rakiji. So, Jideki Ichi, Dr. Onyeka, God bless you. Thank you, my beautiful sister, for looking after him. He's worth it. He's worth it. So you go on. Thank God for your family. Thank God for your children. Thank God for your work. I could remember the very first day you came into my house, and your uncle, let's say, said, "That's my sister's son, Dr. Onyeka." I looked at him. He was just like a schoolboy on holidays. I said, Uncle Silver. He said, doctor. I said, Dr. Onyeka. He said, yes. And Uncle Silver was coming to my house because I was having a party, and he said to Dr. Onyeka to bring a carton of wine and follow him. I said, he's too young to be a doctor. He said, he's a big doctor. I said, okay. Little did I know that in the end, we're going to be in-laws. And I've been so blessed. With him, if I have any problem in this country, I said, Dr. Onyeka, where are you? Willie? He will come. You know? And this my sister. He will run around me like as if I'm the mother. And all these things, anybody who knows Dr. Onyeka knows he's a very humble person, very unassuming. One thing that impresses me so much about him is the way he conducts himself. He's very unassuming. He comes to Newi meeting, whether he's late or he will leave early. Some people, we have a lot of Newi doctors. We don't see them. We don't always see them. But he's always there. No matter, even if he will come for a short time, that shows humility. You don't buy it from the market. It's a gift. It's a gift. Dr. Onyeka is a very humble man. My prayers is that the Lord will continue to bless you and your wife and your children. As you have trained them, they will come back to train you. That's our prayers. No, not in these days. But, but that is always our prayer, that we train our children and then they will look after us. God bless you. And very happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Ma. That was a very loving speech, and your portrayal of Dr. Wilson Onyeka is exactly as we all know him, have known him to be. The next person to come to the floor, and I have to apologize if I don't pronounce this name correctly, but she's a close friend of the family and a co-trustee of the Newi Advancement Charity UK. Please give a round of applause for Miss Chi Akamelo.
talk about my dear friend, SN1. We call him SN1. Where do I start? People have talked about his humility, his love for his family, and I just want to talk about the other side of him, and that is his charitable qualities. And it's not just being charitable towards his family and relatives, but also his passion for humanity. And that's what we share in common. And what the common factor with him that I've heard is he's got passion in everything he does. I haven't told you this story. My niece, who is a consultant, I was talking to her about our charity, and I said, "Do you know who the chairperson is?" It's Dr. Onyeka. I said, "Dr. Onyeka?" I said, "Yes." "Do you know him?" He said, "Yes, we worked at the same hospital." And he was so passionate. Whenever he came on duty, everywhere was buzzing, to the point that we named one of the rooms or whatever, one of the suite, consultation suite, Dr. Onyeka's suite. You know, so he and coming to our charity, I just want to thank you for also making me and some of the members of our charity. It's called Newi Advancement Charity. We are registered here and we do charitable work in Newi, our home country, Newi, town Newi in Nigeria. We've been running a health and advisory center for more than 10 years. And the person behind this, the person who keeps it driving, is Dr. Onyeka. And recently we've started building the clinic. You know, the town gave us a plot of land. And again, it's down to him, because when we had our 10th anniversary, he said to us, "We have to go back and celebrate." And we're thinking, "Oh, not again." Because he comes up with these wonderful ideas. And because of his passion and enthusiasm, we can't but just follow. So we went home in 2018. And we had a small gathering. And from that, people were so impressed that the elders and the local government decided, he pleaded, we've run this thing for 10 years, because when we started, we thought we're just going to do it for 2 years and hand it over. But because of the need, a lot of people, it's like a mini NHS. And we didn't, Dr. Onyeka said, "You see, we can't leave it. We just have to continue." And he pleaded, and they gave us a land, and that's how we started building the building, to have a kind of a permanent place in the center of Newi, where everyone, especially the elderly, go for checks for diabetes, for high blood pressure, for lectures on how to, maintain their health. And that is down to him.
And it's all free.
And it's free. That's why I say it's a mini NHS. And even the building of this place, Dr. Onyeka, I'm sure he must have pestered a lot of you, because he keeps sending email, text messages, you have to do something. And like him, I believe that we are alive for a reason. We are alive for a reason. We're not just here just to, look after ourselves and look after our family. We have to look around. And
Doctor, sir. Yes. Oh, all of you. Okay. So this is the class of 85 from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. They're all doctors. So please. But before I hand over to Dr. Otta, I would like to share a little story. This is the class of 85 from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I am from the same year from the class of the University of Lagos Medical School. We had, we've never met before, and I've only met Dr. Onyeka when we started working together with the Metropolitan Forensic Service. But this is the story. There was a famous professor, who is actually the senior brother, who was senior brother of Fela Kuti, the owner of Fela Kuti, Professor Ransom Kuti. He was a bit of a terrorist in those days, and he used to terrorize us medical students. And the thing then was that he always told us that the only thing we knew how to do was to dress, but we never knew anything. We had nothing in our heads. And then he went to, as an external invigilator, to these guys over at Nsukka, and came back. And the next day in the ward round, he told us that you Lagos University medical students, you don't know book. The only thing you know how to do is to dress. At least if you go to Nsukka, at least they know book, even if they don't know how to dress. So before you see a number of very, very brilliant doctors, and these are part of the reason why Nigerian doctors in the UK have a fantastic reputation. So I will hand over to Dr. Potter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Baba Willie. Now, Barata. Barata. Barata, no. Yeah, we go a long way back. We've been together for 40 years. And you wouldn't believe that we're that old. 40 solid years. When we went to medical school, and we've gone through medical school, did our house job, did our youth service, and we came over here, and we've been struggling, but we're getting there. Okay. Yes. Ogiwe. Kyrie. Baba Willie, a lot has been said about him, and we're just here to conquer everything that has been said. He's a very lovely man. He's very charitable, helpful, looks after everyone he knows. He came into this country before me, but I remember when I was preparing for PLAB, he was one of the first people to come and see me in my little room. I remember it. Prior to that, I had never been to Navy. But when I finished this service, my first job was at Navy. And he was there to look after me. So we go a very long way back. We thank you. We're here for you anytime. And on behalf of Imoke 85, we say God bless you, God keep you, keep your family, many more happy years, fruitful ones, and healthy ones. Please, make on an vex. I don't think Imoke will be complete if I don't say something about Baba Willie. About his draftology. Because Uchenna is quiet, he has made it look quiet. Baba Willie is noisy. And if we come back from reading by 12 o'clock, that is the beginning of draft. And all of you know the immediate past Minister of Industries, Dr. K. Ngalama. He is his draft mate. They will be playing draft until 3 o'clock, making noise. And I didn't even know that at that time that he's good in packaging. That he packaged for somebody. And you see, we come again to know that he's very charitable. But look at why we have this bond. None of us here came over from Nigeria with a package of money. The only thing you need is to get your visa to come over. Once you come over, the ones that are here take it as their responsibility
to make sure that you eat, you pay for your accommodation until you pass your lab and you start working. That is the spirit that kept all of us here. And it is only when you start work, at your convenience, you pay back all those money. That is why all of us are here. And that is why if anybody is doing anything, there is no out of hours, there is no on call, there is no locum. We have to go and stand in and be our brother's keeper. I want this spirit to continue. I think it has even gone to our kids. And we hope God will continue to bless us and bless our kids in Jesus' name.
And the next speaker is the next generation of Nigerian doctors carrying the Nigerian flag in the UK. And she happens to be the daughter of Dr. Wilson Onyeka, and her name is Dr. Chioma Onyeka. She'll be here with her siblings and very proud parents with their children. And I'm a bit overwhelmed by the fact that it seems as if our own generation is becoming less and less relevant. But this is the new.
Oh yes, me I get Papa Jehovah who know the ever life. Jehovah God my Father, Jehovah God my Papa.
Thank you very much, MC. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I said good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I like that energy. Wanted to thank you all for coming. So we are the Onyeka kids, and we thought we'd share a few words about our father, and we felt that we were well qualified to do so, given that we've known him all our lives. So a lot of things have been said about our dad, but we wanted to add to echo it, and also maybe give a new take, maybe the side that you don't see to him. So the first thing is that he's very passionate, and he has a lot of energy, unrivaled energy. This is a man who can go to work, do a full day, 12-hour stretch, come back and still has time to talk to us about how our days were and to pass on his wisdom to us. He always has time for family, and that's something we appreciate about him. And even when he's not working, on the rare times that he's off, he just has so much energy. As in, we'll be sleeping and he'll wake us up and we'll say, okay, what's happening? And said, it's 10 o'clock, what are you doing in bed? Let's be doing something. And there's nothing to do, it's Sunday. So that's something, that a good character trait that we hope we take. Our dad has always paved the way and has always emphasized education in our lives. And he's always said that, it doesn't matter, he will spare no expense if it means that he is furthering our career. And that's something we really appreciate, whether it was funding a tutor for us or any book. He wasn't so keen on video games. I think my brothers will attest to that. But when it came to books, he was very happy to fork out however much it cost. And he's paved the way for us, and we hope that we're following in his footsteps. And one of the ways is that he helped show us the way. As in, now that I'm a doctor, I remember that when I got my medical admission, when I got that email, and I was jumping for joy, and my dad said, what happened? And I said, I just got into medical school. This was like 9 years ago, or thereabouts. And I remember my dad stopped what he was doing and started jumping with me. and we caused such a ruckus, but he was so overjoyed, and that's something that I love my dad for. Some things that you might not know, my dad, it's not often that he'll watch TV, but you can count on a few programs that he'll watch. It's either FBI Files, Top Gear, or the news. And he always emphasizes the importance of current affairs, and encourages me to watch LBC and things, listen to LBC and things like that. And it's important to know about what's going on. And so that's something that I've taken on. One thing that is not on TV that he cannot watch is probably Manchester United playing a match, because he's such a fanatic that there's a real chance the TV could be broken if they're not performing well. So no Manchester United live matches. But yeah, we just wanted to thank our dad so much. He obviously without him we wouldn't be here. So we want to thank him for being such an inspiration to us, to being such a wonderful father, for always putting his children first. I think a good example of this is, if now that I have an income, I try to travel a little bit. And my dad is a bit of a homebody. It's either Nigeria or London. So when I might propose that I'm going somewhere in Europe, and I always make sure that he hasn't just watched FBI Files, because we know that the crime, he'll start doing mathematics in the head, and we don't want that. So he's just very protective, but he also wants us to have a good life and to just to enjoy the blessings. And these blessings are because of him and because of my mum. Again, we just want to thank him for being such a hardworking, diligent person, a charitable person, and a loving father. Daddy, we love you so much. Okay. So I'll just pass the mic over to...
Well, take a message where we don't get that. Cancel English. My dad is an inspiration to mankind, actually. Let's put it like that. He's an inspiration to mankind. He's a fantastic man. He's a great man. Because of him, I'm a doctor right now. I'm not playing football. My legs are intact. I haven't broken my leg from football. Because, when I was younger, I said, I want to be a footballer. Like JJ Okocha. I want to be a footballer. Like Wayne Rooney. But actually, he sent me down to Nigeria unknowingly. He sent both of us. It's a holiday. Before you know it, I'm there 6 years. So, because of him, I'm a mife Jim Mano. This year, with Alabo, all of them. So I know where I'm from now because of him. I know I'm from Nnewi. I know I'm from Anambra State. Umudim, Nnewi. That's where I'm from. I'm very proud. I'm very proud to be Nigerian. I'm very proud to be British. I was born here. And I was sent to Nigeria when I was 13. When I've come back as a molded person, as a well-respected person, as a disciplined person. Because of him, my trouser is not down to my knee. Because of him, I'm not in a gang doing, yo, what's up, man? Because of him, I'm standing right here as a qualified doctor. Yes, 3 doctors and 1 barrister. And my sister has said it all, actually. I'm sure most of you agree he is a great man. And we all wish him happiness, success, prosperity, and longevity. Amen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming and celebrating with us. We're really happy that you're here, and we're happy about this occasion. It's not every day you turn 60. So, happy birthday, Daddy. Happy 60th. My dad, he has a lot of titles. He's known as Doctor, SNY, Apuruka, and many more. That's just to name a few. Yeah, we're really proud of him. We're really happy to be his children. We have a really good family, and it's partly thanks to him. He made a very good choice choosing our mother. He made a very good choice. We thank God for that. And yeah, he's a brilliant man. He's a very charitable man, as many people have pointed out, and it's true. We're proud to say that. He showed us the way to live, and he sent us down, as my brother pointed out, which was a good choice, a hard choice. But it turned out really well. And yeah, as you said, we're not in gangs, or we're on a good path now because of that. We're doctors now, and we want to thank him for that. And also, I want to say to him that he'll have a good life, more happiness, more prosperity. And you know, the thing about my dad is he works so hard. He works really hard, and he's worked really hard for all of us, and that's shown right now. The way we are now, it shows how hard he's worked. Some people would say a bit too much. He works a bit too much. Yeah. Most people have like a job and then a hobby, but our dad, his job is his hobby as well. So, but you can't fault that because he likes helping people, and we're happy about that. He's really passionate about his job. He wants to take care of his patients, and yeah, we can't fault that. That's a very good trait, and we hope to do the same as doctors and in our workplaces. There's so much to say about him. We'll be here forever if we want to talk about everything. But yeah, he's been such an inspiration to all of us, and we're so happy for God giving us such a good dad. We thank God all the time, and he's been a really solid rock. Him and our mum together, they've been backing us the whole way. It's been amazing because of that, and we're so thankful. So we just want to say thanks so much. Thank you, Daddy. Long life and prosperity to you. Happy 60th.
Hello everyone, I just want to start by saying happy birthday, Daddy, and thank you for everything you do. Like, our thanks will never amount to everything you do for us and how hard you work for us. And I just want to say my dad has taught all of us the value of money and how to budget and how to work hard and how to be charitable, how to be giving, how to be loving, how to be a good father, how to be a good friend. There's so many things he taught us, and I hope we can amount to even half of the person you are. Yeah. We love you. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the night is far spent, but how can we not hear from the lovely wife of Dr. Wilson Onyeka and the mother of these 4 fabulous children? So the next person I would like to hand over the mic to will be Mrs. Rose Onyeka, barrister. Please give her a round of applause.
You done so much for me,
I cannot tell it all.
If I have 10,000
tongues,
you still won't be enough.
Nara, nara, Ego praise. Ego praise. Thank you very much. DJ Emrai, you have kept everyone on their toes dancing all through the night. A very warm welcome to you lovely guests. I've said it before, I'm saying it again. For making out your precious time to celebrate with us. Today that my fabulous husband is turning 60. It's a big number. But when you look his way, he doesn't even look 40. Never mind 45. And that number seems too big for a man who is still fit as a fiddle. And it's all glory to God for that. He's still looking sweet 16. I was going to say that, before they rearranged the tables, that wherever you sat, it's a VIP seat, because we handpicked everyone that came. And some people say, oh, did you remember me? I said, of course I remember you, because maybe out of 700 people, we have to whittle down to 150 people. You can imagine that. So we must know that you're coming. And we're grateful that you were able to show up looking fabulous and to join us in celebrating this fantastic human being. And I wanted to acknowledge the presence of my uncle, but he's now left. Senator Onyabobi is left. And it's a pity that Kata couldn't join us, even though we expected him. And some of the groups that were represented here, I must start with Imoke 85. That's our extended family. And you saw them when they came out here in their full glory in support of one of their own. We're always very appreciative seeing you, and we're encouraged every time we see you. I wanted also to recognize the presence of Answa, ably led by Dr. Mrs. Oladimeji. She might see the video. She will know that we acknowledge her presence, and I see Mrs. Ibaka Benedict, and she will convey the message that Answa was duly acknowledged. And I think it's a fantastic group because they've turned 25. Silver Jubilee is not here. It's, you can imagine when women associate with themselves for 25 years, so they're doing something right. Also, Ndobi had your chat. I know you're there. Yes, ably led by Mrs. Okori, Stella, Star. I'm happy to have you, all of you here. Royal Elite ladies have left, ably led by Mrs. Sojukitu, my president. They have left. Probably have another event to attend, and I thank them for being here. And remarkable individuals and community leaders. I see my mayor, I see David Smith, I saw Dr. Falaye, I see Didon. I see a lot of people. I see Dr. Salau, I see Yusufu, I see a lot of people. I see Ahanono, I see Iheze, Chief Iheze. I also see Mwachinemelo, Mary, I see you. Chief Ogombono is also here, still sitting here. It's not yet time to close, so they're abiding with us. Thank you very much. I see my sister. I see Wadi and okay Wadi is still here, seated. I see Enyinewi. I see our auntie, Mrs. Wolasi. Thank you for being here. I see my brother, Prince Nandi. I see Ifoma. I see a lot of people. Who else? Onyeka is there. Thank you for shaking your hands with the ex-Prime Minister. And my wife. I know that. You think I didn't see. So I see Dr. Ibaka. And I see Christina's husband. Thank you all for being here. Without you, this celebration would not be complete. When I think of my husband, the words that usually come to my mind are in the superlative. It is in the superlative. It's not the ordinary words that come to mind. And so many names he has been associated with in the past and in the present, such as fondly remembered as Chu. Chukwunyalum is a name given to him, maybe suggested by the mom, but also endorsed by the dad. But I adopted that name, Chukwunyalum. It's a gift from God. And he first of all gifted them this fantastic man, and then I inherited him. And so he's my abiding gift. Chu boy, Uwebunu. And somebody that, kills a Ebunu is not an easy thing. Duck. Ogwejofo. Ogwejofo is another one that is very remarkable. Because when you're fighting a fight, a justified cause, the Lord is always with you. It's always with you. No matter how bad it is, he's always standing there because you're fighting a justified cause. Some people call him Ibegiri, Bonnie Wills. Q Buster, somebody alluded to that fact. At Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, he was so diligent and so hardworking and so productive that one of his consultants, they actually allocated a room, a consulting room, and named it after him. And that was testament to his hard work. He will come into the A&E because that's where he started. I thought he was going to be a consultant in the A&E. Every time he walked in, due to his wealth of experience, he knows, because if you get things wrong in this country, you could be done. You could be patronizing me. I'll be defending you because you've done a shoddy job. But due to his wealth of experience, he's able to come and bust the queues. He knows, he prioritizes, he triages. He can tell you, oh, this is not that difficult, this is easy, this one is there, this one moves there. And so before you know it, and in the years of when queues are, you're not allowed to stay there for more than 4 hours. Correct. You want to move the queue along, but then you don't want to make mistakes. So he's so good at his job that he's able to be named Q Buster. He will still get it wrong. Right. Throughout those years in A&E, he never got anything wrong to the point that he was being prosecuted. So that's a remarkable feat. It's a no mean feat. Ezenwa, the king of the children. I think Emma, the brother, has alluded to that fact. That name was actually given to him by his dad, Anoneni, of blessed memory. Onuona, somebody that comes and fights and goes unscathed, unhurt, to come back to fight another day. D-Dog, etc. All these names, they lend credence to the fact that you are indeed a rare breed. You are. As a one, you're a beautiful person with a great personality and a beautiful heart. That is so true. You are capable, loving. You're capable of loving both young, old, poor, rich. Doesn't matter who the person is. As long as they are human being, everyone will love them. He will pay attention to them, due attention to them. You're truly human and dependable. You are trustworthy. You're ravishingly reliable with unbridled sense of humor. I think that helped to keep this marriage going because I do get turned off easily. So if you're not engaging intellectually, if you're not funny, if you don't have a good heart, it is not for me. But some of you that know us will know that we have married for more than a quarter of a century. So you can imagine that's a testament to the kind of person my husband is to keep that sense of humor going. right? My darling, you constantly strive to treat everyone equally and listen to even the smallest creatures. You are truly a good person. That's a recurrent theme tonight. But I don't think you'll be surprised to be hearing it from different quarters, not least my quarter. Your desire to provide and nurture your family in every sense of the word is unrivaled. This. You are indeed loved by most people who are opportune to stumble across you, whilst you are adored by those who truly know you. Chukwunyalum, you mean different things to different people. Little wonder why they ascribe qualities and describe you mostly with fondness. At the core of it all, they think you are a good man. I think you are a great man, an unassumingly wonderful one at that. I never forgot my cousin's message to me shortly after we met. During our early stages of courtship at Newi, you may not have, retained that side of the counter, but I did. He said to me right in front of you that, and I quote, "You got yourself a good man." This statement came naturally and unsolicited from him. He wasn't looking to gain anything from it. He was just being truthful. Unbeknownst to him, this statement accelerated my decision-making process from a yes to a confident yes. Because when you meet people, you're not quite sure. Oh, am I going the right way? Am I going down there dark alley? Is this going to end up badly? What is this all going to? But that helped to move things along. And amongst other traits I observed myself, I knew I was, because obviously I saw the traits, but it helps to hear it from a different quarter, especially people that have gone to school with you. They know you better than somebody that just, you're trying to put up an appearance for a beautiful lady, if I may say. But actually, so I observed, I knew some of the traits because I have this, if I may say, discerning spirit. I can tell when things will go right. Not always correct, but you get the sense, you get the hunch, as they say. I knew I was in for the long haul and ready for any eventuality, as I was confident, is the word, that the center will hold, even in the face of untold hardship and tribulations. And believe me, those tribulations came, they still come, and they probably will come. But because the center will hold, and I have the confidence that center will hold, I am ready for those tribulations to come. As long as you are by my side, we can do all things through God that strengtheneth us. And after more than a quarter of a century, like I said before, you are still my gift from God. Look around you, sweetheart. Result of your enduring patience and love. Need I say more? Look around you. Look around you. Look around you. All these people that stayed. Some people are fleeting. They come and they go. But some people come and they stay. And they stay. They stay and they abide with you. Look around you. So, I need not say more. I need not say more. The patience and the love, I need not say more. Our children are well grown and well adjusted, as they have testified. And they are, high flyers in their own right, owing to you, the incredible daddy that they have, who inspire, support, care, encourage, and provide for them. You make life wonderful, and in return, I, together with the children, have vowed to make your life amazingly wonderful. And to celebrate you at every opportunity possible. So maybe we'll celebrate you more now because the road is slippery slope. So 61 we celebrate, 62, 63, 64, God permitting. And, with good finances, we'll call more of these encounters and maybe
Yeah.
Yes. Probably the next time we will call for your celebration, we'll try and expand this some more. Because I know I've made a lot of enemies by not including a lot of people who would have loved to be here to celebrate with us. I will have the tenacity to say, oh, why did you come with +1? We don't have room for you. Because we know we're being restricted by the venue, and they say, oh, 150 is the max. But we know well over 700, pushing 1,000 people. So we must have to make an adjustment for that in the future. We are fanatically committed to your cause, sweetheart. Any cause you care about, not least Newi Advancement Charity, as Ada Ejejemba has already enumerated here. As we remain the ones who know you only too well. You might say a lot of things, but if you're actually living in the same house, breathing the same air, and sharing the same problems, you probably would know your husband, your wife, your children much more better than anyone else. There will be other things being said about them outside, but the one that holds true is the one that happens within the home. So I encourage everyone to make sure you strengthen your homes, because tribulations will come. And if you're not ready for it, and there is division within the home, you're only a prey to what is outside there. So try and work from the core of your family, please, if you can. Being your wife, Chukwunyelum Wilson Onyeka, Doctor, Uwebuna, Ezenwa, it's an honor. We will grow old together, my rock. I am grateful our kids have a good role model like you. What more can I ask of God other than to continually be grateful to Him and praise Him for the rest of my life? So I pray for you, and I decree and declare that the last 60 years, though remarkably successful as it is, the next 60 years will even be greater with good health, more laughter,
Amen.
more goodness,
Amen.
mercies,
Amen.
grace,
Amen.
and favor of God
Amen.
upon you.
Amen.
Do continue in your service to humanity with humility, which I firmly believe you are called to do. Some are doctors by accident, but I think you're a naturally born doctor, and you're very good at it. So carry on doing the good work. You will always have my love and support. In not so distant future, maybe you shall consider slowly dialing down to, a little bit, just to catch up on some of the hobbies and things in your little bucket list. Because like your children say, your work is your hobby, and your hobby is your work. And they know that only too well. Because when you come back every night, 1 a.m., you sleep for 3-4 hours, and someone else has dropped their shift. Dr. Moniz will know this. And Wilson is one of the ones they call to say, please, can you bail us out? And he's like, oh, darling, but no one else can do it. I say, no, but you just came back. Don't they think about the 18 hours straight? You know the rules, that you don't work more than 18 hours straight. But because they are so desperate, they know he has no heart. They will ring him first and say, oh, can you just cover that, even if for like 2.5 hours? And he does the whole 6 hours stretch after that. So perhaps we can begin to dial down so that because we're not getting any younger, much as we want to carry on. And, nature do take its course. But for all those things, that's why you are loved and adored. So, do have a fantastic day, surrounded by all of us who love you immeasurably. Thank you, darling. Thank you, everyone, for listening.